Well, it's funny because my wife, I didn't tell her how much I was going to cost, so she's going to be happy.
Yeah.
She's the more frugal one.
Yeah.
We had to break one of the main rules for pouring resin in order to complete this commission for our client's dining table. He ordered a 14-foot long by 4-foot wide dining table. However, the challenge is that this slab in its rough state is nearly 6 inches thick, meaning that by the time we clean this up and prepare it for the pour, we're going to be pouring somewhere around 4 inches thick, which is double the recommended thickness that you should ever pour with just about any kind of deep resin.
Very close, but I think we're going to clear it.
Are we taking this thing down to normal size, or are we giving them a 4-inch table?
However, we have formulated our own unique resin that we use in our process for pouring large voids like this, and we have also set up our pouring room specifically to control the heat that's generated by the resin and not have failure for something like this. Even with all that taken into account, we pushed this table to the absolute limits, and we almost didn't make it on this one.
Center line, and then we can square off of that.
How thick is this piece? 4 inches?
6 right now.
6 inches.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Pull your end tight.
Okay. Beauty.
Very nice.
And this is the one that we delivered.
To where?
Pacific Palisades.
Oh, it's resin.
Just a tinted black, so you're going to see everything.
Yeah.
Ooh, tinted black. Nice.
Yeah.
How many people is he going to have to help us lift? Is this the one with the crane?
Yeah. I don't know how many, but... we have pro movers coming with 8,
Okay.
plus whatever we take. Plus, yeah, there you go.
And Haley.
And Haley.
Yeah.
Well, mostly Haley.
Mostly Haley. Yeah. Well, you know who's got the coolest name though? Who? Lana Del Rey. Like, who wouldn't want to be Lana Del Rey? You know? I'm just, you know, her music, her name rocks.
We just popped it off, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how little it must have been attached by.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, so it's just that section we had to cut through.
If you've been watching our channel recently, you may recognize this tree. We called it the once-in-a-lifetime log, and we purchased it from Oregon. The tree was then cut and dried by GL Veneer, and this was probably, in my opinion, one of the most unique slabs from this tree. Every slab from this tree was incredible, but this one came out extra thick because I think it was one of the last cuts they had to make on the log, and they didn't want to sacrifice or waste any material. And because it's towards the outside of the log, you can see we have all those areas where the branches and the outside shape of the tree actually dips beneath the surface. So something like that is often more sought after for a resin table because you're not just going to get the wood showing through the surface, you're going to get a three-dimensional effect where that wood dips beneath and almost looks like coastlines or ocean when you're viewing it from above. The reason that this beautiful giant tree ended up getting cut down is because it had a large decayed section on the bottom end of the trunk where it met the ground. And this is the scary part of this build. This is where we have to break those rules of thickness for pouring our resin. We're over 4 inches thick that we're going to be pouring here, and it could result in this piece overheating if we don't control that reaction.
3, 2, 1.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3. Jack, you should just switch because my way is right.
No! A lot better at a lot of things.
Yeah. 17 to start.
With 17 to start, we think we're going to hit 20.
Okay, so that's
But
like 300 liters, just
$9
about.
grand in resin.
Okay.
If it's 30, it's $30 a liter, right?
Yeah.
$9 grand in resin.
if it flashes, we've done everything
Yeah.
we can.
And if it was this thick.
It wasn't this thick, but it was thick, and it went fine.
Yeah, it
It was
did.
just our console table that was 5 inches thick that did not go well.
Yeah.
But she also loved it. She thought it looked like
Yeah.
water and
Yeah.
was super pumped about it. So.
Yeah.
I love it with the bubbles, to be honest. It reminds me of the ocean.
Yeah.
4 inches right now. It started at like 7.
Probably around that, if not more.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You might be pushing 1,000 pounds or something on this. Even not quite.
I think it'll be 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. What happens if it leaks? Well, you can watch
It's
our
not going
recent
through.
YouTube video called 3 Years to Build, 1 Hour to Ruin, where we had a leak. And you can see what happens if we have to deal with that. And it happened to be from the same tree as well, so hopefully this tree isn't cursed. What if that's not enough resin? Then we mix more resin. Yeah, you do have to love the big leaf mangroves. One of the most interesting and unique species. It's at much love in Vancouver. We should have a shop out here I could work at. That would be cool.
I got hopefully. What?
You pour in different stages? No, all at once. Nope, just the slab, or just the resin itself rather is worth $9,000. The table is pushing 40. What temperature are you running the room at? ACs are set to like 16 degrees Celsius. So we'll try and get it down to there. Yes, we do try and pour slowly to reduce the bubbles that we can. So this will end up being about 300 liters that we pour out here.
This hole here and this hole here go through the entire thing. All of that is hollow.
So there's a hole here, goes through into this.
So there's just all bark inclusions everywhere.
Yeah.
So you really wouldn't have even been able to cut nice lumber out of this tree.
You could have gotten pen blanks and bull
over
blanks.
itself constantly.
Wow.
The entire tree could have been like bull blanks.
Or this.
Or this.
Or resin table. You'd maybe get the odd like single piece, but it would be rotted, not structural.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get those fans going, I guess, eh? So that's coming down. That was the hottest spot.
at now?
29.5, 28.
Okay. So then you're right by on the other side, right close to there. 30.
So this is when the stress really started to kick in. We were getting temperatures of around 30 degrees Celsius, and in our experience, once you get around that 30 to 35 degrees, that can be the point of no return where the chemical reaction will be heating up so much that no matter what you do to it, there's no way to cool it any further. So we were very stressed. We pointed all the fans at the surface. We cranked up our water cooling as cool as it would possibly go. And at this point, we could only cross our fingers.
Yeah. Like we pushed this to the max.
Yeah, this is the max.
But it didn't. It flash cured, but it didn't flash cure bad.
No, like there's no micro bubbles.
Pull the tape off. Ooh, it sucked in a lot there. Not bad or anything, but it sucked the tape off this.
How thick was this one again?
4 inches right now.
Yeah.
4 inches.
So it'll finish at probably 3 3/4.
Curtis, can you throw me the mallet for this?
3 grown men humping a table.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Now we need like all the other people.
Yeah. All your strength and all of that cart fly away.
Slime's pretty good.
Yeah, this
That'll get us down.
So now we're pulling the cart with it when we roll it off. So
Crank this end. Are you supposed to deliver this? Got a crane.
Not bad, but it is. I was gonna say it's
Crane and a crane.
about the
Make
gentest
sure,
part here we've had.
I'm a shinner. I'm just a long hair.
That table's wet.
After the pour, we ended up calculating what we thought was the weight for this table, and with the amount of resin and the amount of wood in there, we're getting somewhere around 1,250 pounds just for the tabletop on its own. And that is part of the reason why when tables get bigger, they get exponentially more expensive because of the amount of manpower it takes to move these. Every single time we want to flip the table over to work on the other side or move it from one end of the shop to the other, we essentially have to stop all of our staff in the entire building building from doing what they're doing, call them into the shop and get everyone to assist with the lift on something of this size. Fortunately, as you guys can see, the pour cured beautifully. It did cure a little bit quicker because of the size and some of the heat that was generated, but we had no major bubbles, there was no cracks, and we pulled it off. And then it's onto the CNC machine just to remove that excess layer of resin that we've added to the surface. We do like to over pour all of our slabs because it allows us to fill in more of the voids and cracks on the surface in a single shot. And for something like this slab, which had some decayed and softer sections in the wood, the resin will be able to soak into those areas and help harden them. Once we've got the piece flattened, then it's time to cut it down to its final size using our track saw. Now, the only tricky part with this table is it's too thick for us to cut with our track saw, even expanded to the full depth so that it does. So we're going to use some movie magic here to make it look like we cut it all in one pass, but we did have to end up flipping this table over and then just cutting from the other side to finish off that cut. Once the piece is down to its final size, then we can start working on one of the most time-intensive parts of the process, which is the fills and the sanding. So this process consists of Randy taking the table from 120 grit all the way up to 320 grit and then filling in any of the voids or imperfections that he finds along the way. So we use a combination of products to do this. We like to use our Black Forest Coat Thin Resin for the big fills. Then we move on to our Black Forest Quick Fix, which is a 5-minute epoxy for the smaller size fills, and then we use our Black Forest CA glue for the very tiny pinholes that the 5-minute epoxy is too thick to go inside of. Once we went through that entire process, then we sand off the excess left from those fills, take it up to that final grit of 320, and finally, after all of that work, we can begin the finishing process. We also had our brand new machine once we started on this build, which you guys have seen in some previous videos, which was very nice because it has that automatic return feature, meaning that we didn't have to carry this slab around the machine every time it came out the other end, and basically saved a whole bunch of hours in labor because we didn't have to stop our whole shop to get them to help us move this 1,200-pound table. Once we've got the sanding done on that top side, we're getting this piece flipped over to the underside so Randy can begin laying out for all the leg pockets on this piece. We're going to be using steel plates screwed into the top of our base that are then going to go in a recessed pocket so everything sits completely flush on the underside of the table. There's no real point to doing these pockets just besides a cleaner look from underneath the table, which most of our clients are almost never going to see anyways, but we like to take care of those small little details as we feel they add up just to make a higher quality product overall. Something to keep in mind if you are going to try this on one of your own pieces is that you need to have the pockets quite a bit oversized compared to the size of the plate. So we'll usually go about 2 or 3 millimeters in all directions, and that's going to allow for that big slab to expand and contract without getting bound up on the edges of that recess. And now it's back onto the forklift, carefully placed onto some carts so we can get this upstairs and begin that finishing process. For this table, we're going to be using a brand new product that we have never showed on our channel before. We have actually teamed up with Osmo to collaborate on a product that we're going to be releasing exclusively with them to the public. It's an LED UV cure finish. So it's not the first product on the market like this. There's other companies out there that sell something like this, but we are going to be offering this at an extremely competitive price point compared to the other products you'll see available right now. Essentially, how this product works is exactly like a hard wax oil. You buff it on, you buff it off. The key difference is the way that it cures. Our traditional furniture oil cures with exposure to the air, so you just need to wait that 24 hours and it'll be dry. This finish cures instantly with exposure to a UV LED light. So that's what you're seeing John do here right now. He's passing over the surface and it's instantly curing that finish. The other added benefit of this product is that it's slightly more durable than traditional hard wax oils as well. It allows your finish to dry harder and you just get a more durable surface. The other really nice aspect about this finish is it pairs perfectly with our Black Forest ceramic coating. So that's what you're seeing John apply here right now. Cured that finish, and instead of waiting the 1 week that we typically recommend before applying your ceramic, he's instantly doing it right after it's been cured, and you can see the huge contrast that our ceramic coating brings out. out, and it also just adds another additional level of durability to this piece. So if you guys are interested in this finish, you just gotta wait probably about 2 to 3 more weeks. We have the lights in stock and we're waiting on our oil to arrive. So go to our website, sign up for our email list because we will be sending out an email to everyone who subscribed as soon as this is available. Before we show you guys the final product, we need to build the base for this table. This client has opted for one of our signature black and ash X bases. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but this is by far our most popular base option that we offer to our clients. Now, there was one challenge with this base that we had to take into account the extra weight this tabletop was going to carry. Most of the X bases that we build have to support tables that are about half of this weight. So to do that and make sure we weren't going to have a wobbly table, we increased the thickness of the wood we use for this base. As you can see, it's nearly 4 inches thick for the wooden components, where usually we're around 2.5 inches thick, and this is just going to give that much more rigidity and stability to the entire base. So we first begin by rough milling our pieces to their size so that they can fit on our CNC machine, and it's our CNC machine that takes care of cutting all the angles and joinery.
This is what I'm talking about regarding the dowel. We've actually drilled all the way through the top of our X base, and then we drilled halfway through the bottom. So when we assemble the half flap, our dowel rod's just going to go straight through the top and secure themselves there, giving a lot more strength than usual.
So once all the joinery has been cut on these bases, we can just do some of the fine details before we put them together. So we like to add a bevel to all the outside edges. We clean up some of that joinery, sand any of the faces that are going to be hard to sand once it's assembled, and then we use wood dowels and Titebond 3 to put everything together. Once the glue is cured, it's back upstairs into the finishing area to apply that blackened stain onto this base. We like to use the General Finishes black wood stain. We are not sponsored by General. We just find it is the best product that we found to get a consistent black color, but we do sell General Finishes, so if you guys want to help us out and purchase some of that off our website, we would greatly appreciate that. We do 1 coat of the black stain, we let that cure, and then we put a coat of our furniture oil over top. While we're waiting for the finish on the base to dry, we can begin working on that dowel that John was mentioning earlier. Further increase the strength of this base, we add an aluminum dowel just to stop any flexing between the upper and lower portions of this base. However, what we did differently here, instead of just having that dowel sit in about 1/2 inch into the surface of the base, we drilled our holes all the way through in an effort just to give more stability. Truth be told, a lot of what we do here in terms of engineering these tables comes as a result of trial and error. We didn't have any fancy calculation that told us the force we needed or the length of the dowel we had to add. We just kind of looked at it and said, yeah, that should make it stronger. And it seems to work. Once we've got the dowel all sanded up, we can go ahead and secure that in place just using some PL400, and then we'll plug that from the top side so that our client never even knows that it's there. To tie in to the colors and tones that our client had in his space, he opted to spray paint the dowel black. You guys will see once we get to the delivery, it really helped to tie in, and if we would have left this raw, it wouldn't quite have matched anything he had in his space. Now here's those fastening or mounting plates that I mentioned earlier in the video. We have them custom made, they're all laser cut with slotted holes, and we lay them out in the position we want them over the base, and we screw them into the base with wood screws, and then they're fastened to the underside of the table using threaded inserts. Before you guys get to see the finished product, you're going to have to wait until we go down to California and deliver this table to our client. The way that that process works is we ship the table down, we put it in a crate, and then we fly down to meet the table there. We have all of these crates ordered for us because they have to be constructed with specific approved lumber that meets international shipping standards. And then we line everything with 1-inch foam on the inside. We wrap an 1/8 inch foam around all of our components, and then another sheet of foam goes over top of all of that just to ensure that there is no chance of damage for these tables during transit. Before we move on to the next part of this video, we need to acknowledge the absolutely devastating and heartbreaking fires that are taking place right now in Los Angeles. All of this was filmed about 1 month before these fires have taken place, and our client's home was located in the Pacific Palisades, and it has since been lost to this devastating fire. So first of all, I want to say that our hearts go out to everyone who has been affected by these fires. It is a extremely saddening situation to see unfold, and we really feel for all the people affected by this. We've put some resources down in the description below with some links if any of you want to do anything to help out those affected by the fires. And obviously, I have a connection here to our client involved in this. He's lost his home, he's lost this table that we built, and he spent 2 years on this project. So it's very sad to see one of our clients have this happen to them. Obviously, it's sad for everyone that it's happened to. We have been in contact with our client. He's safe, his family is safe, but I really just want you guys to kind of have that in mind when you're watching these next parts of the video. We didn't know what was about to happen, so we were clearly very happy, but please have the people in Los Angeles on your mind while you're watching this.
You want to go first before we go? Yeah.
Good, got that on camera.
So, well, my dad is in the bathroom. We can tell you guys what we're doing here. So we are in the Pacific Palisades right now at our client's beautiful home that's under construction, getting ready to lift in our table for tomorrow. So this is the site walk right now. We're meeting the site supervisor. We'll do the walkthrough, see what we're up against. It does not look easy. It looks very hard because we somehow have to get a table from down here up there, but let's go see what it's going to take, and perfect timing.
Oh, how much does this thing weigh anyways?
Probably 1,600 or 1,700 pounds for the top.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And how long is it?
14 feet, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Centered it underneath here and centered on the alcove there. Damn, it's a huge table.
Yeah, it's a big ass table.
Well, I'm heard about damaging your table too.
Yeah, well,
freaking middle.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I got like the plumbers coming back to finish the kitchen now that the cabinets are done.
Yeah, it might even be worth using some of the 1-inch Durafoam from the inside of the crate.
It might be.
All right, well,
Okay.
we'll be here a little bit early tomorrow. They're
Yeah.
booked for 10,
Yeah, it's
so we'll
booked
be
for
here
10.
about 9:30 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be people working. I think the stone guys will just be, they're getting pretty close. Yeah, they'll just be tight.
Yes, so we are here. We were here yesterday, as you guys saw, for our site walk, and the job site isn't quite as put together as it usually is when we come and do a table install, so we're going to have to protect our piece.
Oh yes, yeah, there's quite a bit of construction still going on here.
Yeah, and we think we're in for 3 or 4 hours of work.
Yeah.
And the client is going to be here today as well, so
Yeah, that's
hopefully he likes
that'll be
it.
fun to meet him.
Yeah. And right now we're just hanging out waiting for the crane. It's supposed to be here at 10. It's 9:39, so in about 20 minutes we'll see if they arrive. And if you guys watched our Joe Manganello video where we delivered his table, it's the same company, Pro Movers, that's going to help us with this lift and the crane.
That one's free. Grab that, Dylan.
Just don't even.
You hit that.
I don't want to be that guy, but it says tow, right? Like, I don't know.
I'm just going like this. I'm sucking it in, Haley. I worked underneath the tower crane
Yeah?
years ago when I was in construction, like office building.
Yeah.
Like they'd haul buckets of gravel over and you'd have to jump on the lever and dump it.
Wow.
Oh, it's cool.
Good.
Yeah. Dennis, pleased to meet you. Thanks for helping us out here, you guys. Yeah, appreciate it.
Pick up and do a spin and
We'll have to have some
it's gonna
people.
be wild for sure.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, we need him to wait so he takes the crate away too.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Guide this down
here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go up there because I want to grab this and guide it so it doesn't rotate and spin on us. And this is the way that has to face that way because the screws are here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And all you do when they lift is you just stop it from spinning, Dylan.
Do you want to send Garrett down so I can film a bit?
Yes. So Garrett, you come down here. Hang on, let me get it. Okay. It's a noise. Okay.
Well, that was the way to go with the whole crate up
Yeah.
there, eh?
Now we just want to get it empty as quick as we can. Ball's clear.
Okay, this one's excited to see this table.
Right? Oh,
I
it's
seen
another
the
beauty.
pictures. I seen the pictures of the one we did last time.
For Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't there, eh, Dennis?
No, I was running the Oregon branch at the time.
Okay. Oh, I was pouring rain that day.
We taped one of the sides, so I'm pretty sure we only got.
That's the hardware for it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got one right here. Over here.
Bit with my
Gotta
wife.
take these braces out.
Canada special.
Wait till we get to the top. That
Yes,
thing's
I
heavy.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
How much does this table weigh again, Dylan?
Like 1,600, 1,700 pounds for the top.
Just the top.
Just the top.
Hope you're feeling.
Okay, one left on the other side.
You can go. Don't bang anything.
Yeah, this is the base.
Flip here.
Flip here. Okay, we're flipping over.
Want to just carry like this for now?
Sure.
Yeah. Might as well center this guy.
Yeah.
And it's center of the light, which is right here. So it's gonna come this way a bit. Yeah, center of the light is
It's
right
on
here.
felt,
That's
so we
it.
can move it as we need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then center.
Oh, wait till you guys see this. Such a nice table. So this came from like this giant maple burl tree that we purchased as a whole log. And it's probably the nicest single tree that we've ever bought. It's about 300 years old, this piece. It had a big rotten section in the middle, which is why they cut it down. It's basically standing dead. And it's, yeah, I can't say enough about it. It's one of the coolest pieces of wood that we've used. Yeah, and it's extra thick, this piece too, which is very nice.
Go in behind it 2 minutes.
Good enough. So then we get some men in there. 4 men in there. 2, 1, go.
We got no You guys gotta push your side down. Okay. Alright.
3, 2,
1,
go.
Toward you. I got a knife in my pocket. Hold it. Come on.
Now I got this right here.
No, I'm not getting come around the corner. Stay there.
Putting a lot of trust in these guys, eh, Dylan?
Yeah.
Now, I gotta go underneath and guide.
He's gonna tell us exactly which way to go.
to the kitchen.
Yeah, to the kitchen, up.
Okay, stop. Down. Bring this hand down.
No, you gotta go another half an inch. Oh, that wasn't 2
One
inches.
person talking.
Okay, I'm in on this end.
Down here.
No, you gotta,
Yeah, as he tells you. Okay.
the side ones are quite a bit off.
Now, which way we go?
Do we have to do a 180? Because look at how far these
Yeah.
plates are off. So should we spin the base a 180
Yeah.
or the table?
So I mean, we got more people on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do a 180 with the table. Everyone back there? Watch your fingers.
I'm going to put up one of the logs. I'm going into
Going around. Hey, go around. Go around. Go around.
Over here.
Easy.
Keep going, keep going. Come this way. Come this way. Come this way.
Watch your floor.
Watch behind you.
Keep going. Stay down. Oh, I see the line.
Down?
That's it.
We're in. We're good. That's it.
Good?
That's it.
You just gotta wiggle it, slide it, this way a bit. Go this way. Don't lift it, just
Don't
slide
lift.
it. Just slide it. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Wind up, hands up.
Nice work, gentlemen.
All right.
Thanks, boys.
That was the hard part.
Okay, we'll get the cream back downstairs.
We want to take the Durafoam out.
All right. There's your Andrew.
Oh my God. It's beautiful. Look at this piece. It looks so good. Wow.
This is such a cool piece.
It's like even better. Yeah, you guys crushed it.
Thank you. Thanks for trusting us to build this.
It's better than I thought.
Yeah?
Same.
Like, you know, when you got the depth coming through here and it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
And like the top looks like there's no resin on it even right here, which is so special.
The texture is awesome.
Yeah, we purposely machine off the layer of resin that we pour so that you can get more of that tactile experience of the wood.
Yeah.
So cool. We've been thinking about this for like 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
we gotta do some photos and stuff first. So we'll put all the foam around, but if you guys just want to put it there.
So cool.
Yeah. If you can imagine it, this is a slice from the outside of the tree. So that's why you're getting all of this live edge character. Yeah.
Makes sense.
What a beautiful piece.
What a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
The detail in the wood is just so special.
And the piece of wood came out of, what was it, Oregon?
Oregon, yeah.
And it just missed getting burnt up in the fire that summer. Our log, we had purchased this log and it was in their yard and it just missed getting burnt up. And then we had it shipped to our friends here in Los Angeles at GL Veneer, because they have a giant saw where they could slab this 14,000 pound log for it. So then it actually has to sit on sticks for 2 to 3 years after they've sliced it.
It's pretty much a 3-year endeavor.
Then
from
it
the
goes
time
into a
we
kiln
purchased.
and it finally gets kiln dried. So 3 to 4 years after we buy the log, we can actually turn it into furniture.
Amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
140, so 70 inches is to middle.
Okay.
And we need to stick a piece of tape on there. That's 48.
Oh, you guys
On my finger temporarily.
Well, I can do the math too. It's 140.
you have a picture of it for Sarah?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
Sarah's
Oh, here it is.
around. You guys are talking to.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Can you send me that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
And then there was it initially Slab, but that's back in 2021, right?
I like how you guys, you know, we were worried about it being too gold.
Yeah.
And it did, you guys nailed it. You guys it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because we just, you know, it wouldn't have fit if it was too gold in here.
Right.
You
But
guys
it's
nailed
just
it.
enough
It's just
different.
enough.
That it stands out.
Yeah.
I mean, all started, I don't even have Instagram, and somehow I was like searching, probably had too many drinks, and I was searching live edge tables, like in like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I came across this because, you know, our house is obviously modern.
Yep.
And I thought that this was a nice blend between the live edge and the modern, the modernity. So it's clean, but it's also kind of
You get that organic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really awesome. God, it's great.
This is probably, it's close to like twice as thick as standard for us too. Like this is 4 inches thick, where standard is usually around 2 1/4 to 2 1/2.
Yeah.
So that's part of why it's so heavy. But then
How heavy is it?
About 1,700 pounds for the top.
Damn.
But the thickness lets us see all that.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's
Yeah.
and that's what I loved about it is
Yeah.
that we didn't want it too dark because I love the depth, and seeing the depth of the wood is I think is really what sets your stuff apart.
For sure.
Thank you. Yeah. No, that's our passion is wood. So we collect and hoard wood, probably too much, but it allows us to
I guess we're not moving.
No, or you're calling us back if you need to.
This is great.
So
Okay.
liquids over the epoxy, generally safe. The epoxy isn't really going to show any watermarks.
Heat?
Okay.
Heat, yes.
Okay.
Heat will mark on either surface. Liquids over the wood might leave a little bit more of a ring just because
Okay.
the wood will
Yeah.
absorb some of that liquid.
Yeah.
But generally, if you're wiping things up within the first 5 to 10 minutes, it shouldn't leave a mark. Like
Okay.
those rings I'm describing, it's if you have like a glass with wine under it and it sits overnight and dries like
Okay.
into the table,
Okay.
that might leave a mark.
So coasters are good to use.
Coasters are good to
placemats
use.
Good to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
That's yours now.
Okay. I just can't say enough.
Yeah, what a story
Thank
for
you.
the tree too. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because my wife's like, I didn't tell her how much it was going to cost. So
Yeah.
she's going to be happy.
Yeah.
She's the more frugal one.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Have a great day. Thanks for flying down too. Merry Christmas.
All right.
Merry
Cheers.
Christmas.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, okay.
come on,
So here, we're just putting a bit of white foam over this, and then we're gonna use some of those Durafoam sheets just to protect this table because it's still an active site, as you can see around us, and I do not want this to get damaged at all. That would make me very sad.
Because it's the only thing sort of creating.
Can't wait to see this thing next to a whole bunch of nice plants. Yeah, it's apparently doing like palm trees there. It's gonna be a wall of palm trees.
Oh, so there's the privacy.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Okay, well, we are done. It is 11:55, so that was under 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Wow. Smooth, eh?
We were thinking it could have taken twice that long.
Yeah.
But we're done early, and now
That's
we
amazing.
get to go hang out with GL Veneer.
Okay, Dylan hit her there, man.
All right.
Wow.
We're out of here.